This time on episode 201 of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., we're going to talk Iron Fist, Black Tiger steals heart.
I'm Kier from In Defense Of, a podcast member of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the one you're listening to now. The opinions expressed are those of each individual. Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com and get ready, because geekiness begins in 3, 2, 1...
You have been granted clearance by Director Phil Coulson. Stand by for S.H.I.E.L.D. debriefing. All information to be discussed here is classified and may only be discussed among agents granted clearance by the S.H.I.E.L.D. Director.
Now it's time for your scheduled debriefing. I'm Director Stargate Pioneer.
And I'm Agent Haley.
Welcome to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., a Marvel Comic Universe fan show. This show is recorded on Sunday, September 17th, 2017, live from the Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. studios and broadcast worldwide on www.geeks.live. Haley, happy National Apple Dumpling Day.
I did not get apple dumplings.
Well, you have plenty of time to go out and get apple dumplings. Do you have your favorite apple dumpling restaurant in town yet?
Sounds like an awful lot of work.
I think it's...
Go out and get things.
Well, now you have an excuse to go out and get apple dumplings because today is National Apple Dumpling Day.
I'm all right. Thanks.
Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a fan-based podcast on the ABC television show Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel's Defenders on Netflix, Legion on FX, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the Marvel Comic Universe in general.
Because of the inverse ninja law.
If you'd like to talk to us about the much-vaunted inverse ninja law, you can leave a comment on our website, legendsofshield.com.
You can find us on our voicemail line, 844-THE-BUS-1. That's 844-843-2871.
If you'd like to reach Haley and Lauren on our Facebook page to talk about the inverse ninja law, you can find it at Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. Podcast on Facebook.
Or you can hit all of us up on Twitter. Our handle is at Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D.
If you want to leave a comment on our YouTube companion videos about the inverse ninja law, you can do so at youtube.com/GonnaGeek.
And remember, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a proud member of the GonnaGeek.com network.
You may have noticed that there is only 2 agents here this week. There is Haley, and then there's myself. But Lauren is not with us, and that is because she has a special appointment with the Tony Stark Tech Medical Institute to replace her foot.
I've got a few members of the Gonna Geek family that need parts replaced this week.
Indeed. We have heard that your co-host on Gallifrey Public Radio, Kier, has had a bottom of the spinal nerve issue, I believe.
Minor injury. He's in the shop for upgrades.
Mm-hmm. And also over on Legends Podcast, Mr. Beef also has some minor end of the spinal area injuries ongoing.
Geeks are fragile.
Apparently, especially when water slides are involved. And if you want to hear all about that, you'd have to go over to Legends of Podcast. In the meantime, we're going to get on to the main event. Indeed, this week we will be talking Iron Fist, Black Tiger steals heart. It's the 10th issue of the first season of Iron Fist, and it kind of shudders saying it's the first season of Iron Fist, but okay. So Black Tiger steals heart. Haley, what does that title mean to you?
Well, up to this point, Danny has, loved and trusted Colleen. And in this episode, he finds out the truth about her origins. And, it kind of crushes him a little bit.
A little bit of betrayal, a little bit of reality, a little bit of that Marvel relationship. Fish and bait. What's that saying?
Bait and switch?
Bait and switch, exactly. A little bit of that going on in the Marvel universe. Okay, well, I'll go with that. Are you saying that Colleen is the Black Tiger?
Maybe. Or you could say Bakuto maybe, because he did something to mess up Danny's chi.
He did indeed. Or he had something mess up Danny's chi by stabbing him with said knife. And we'll get to that in a little bit. In the meantime, let's go over the creative team for this great episode, really, of Iron Fist, directed by Peter Hoar.
Yeah, he has 19 credits going back to 2004, including 8 episodes of Grange Hill, 3 of Dream Team, 5 of Wire in the Blood, 2 of MI5, 1 episode of Doctor Who, 2 episodes of Vera, 2 of Silk, 2 of Shetland, 9 episodes of Da Vinci's Dream, 3 of Daredevil, 4 of The Last Kingdom, 1 of The Defenders, and 1 of Iron Fist. And he's also a producer for Da Vinci's Demons and The Last Kingdom. So I guess he got in on that Netflix money and didn't leave.
Apparently not. And with the large proportion of, I think...
and his Doctor Who episode was A Good Man Goes to War, which is a very good episode.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think most of his directing credits are actually British-based, judging by the titles.
Looks like.
But I'm kind of wondering here, Haley, you're a big Firefly fan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, how did they do an entire series devoted to Vera the gun?
Well, I remember Jane got the gun from somebody else. So maybe it's just like the journey of this gun being taken by different mercenaries.
The origin stories of Vera.
Yeah, his very favorite gun.
Well, we'll have to check that out then. It's probably nothing to do with Firefly or guns, but I don't know. We'll find out eventually. So Peter Hoar directed this great episode. It was also written by 2-time Iron Fist writer Quinton Peeples. He has 15 credits since 1993, including 3 episodes of Flash Forward, One of the Last Ship, which is back on this fall. It was supposed to be a summer popcorn show. It is now an early fall popcorn show this year. And 11/22/63, still have not seen that, but 3 episodes of those. This is his second episode of Iron Fist, so bon voyage to Quinton Peeples, at least for season number 1. By the way, Quinton was also listed as a producer for Flash Forward, The Last Ship, 11/22/63, and Iron Fist. So we have a awesome creative team behind this episode, and this creative team takes us to, I was hoping it was Kunlun, but I guess it's just upstate New York.
Yeah, maybe not even really upstate. I was thinking probably, since these are a lot of city kids, just outside of the city.
Maybe Staten Island?
I don't know. I don't know enough about New York to say.
I have no idea. I was born there and I've never lived there, so there you go. But there were a lot of great things that came out in this episode. They were in Bakuto's compound, I guess. Is this a hand compound or Bakuto's compound? I'm now confused as who's the hand and who is not.
So Bakuto is the hand, and this is basically like summer camp before you become full-blown hand.
I see.
This is where, little baby hands, little fingers go to train and become the hand.
They're not all that great to become the hand.
No, because they're still in training. Also, there's a lot of them. Inverse ninja law, they're not very competent.
Obviously not. I mean,
those that don't know, the inverse ninja law is the more ninjas there are, the less capable each of those ninjas is. Like 1 ninja alone can be very dangerous, but 100 ninjas, no problem.
But 100 badly trained ninja, is there an inverse badly trained ninja law? Like 100 badly trained ninjas are actually pretty good?
Well, no, 1 badly trained ninja means that the sidekick can take them out.
I see.
Yeah.
There were no sidekicks in this episode, not that I saw.
No, well, because Claire, got left behind last time. Like, Claire could take out 1 badly trained ninja.
Ah, I see, yeah. And I miss Claire. Claire would have been useful in this episode, especially after Danny got
Stabbed.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll get to that eventually. But so they're in this place, and Danny's learning all about Iron Fist history, which I think he should have received at Iron Fist school, but he was sick that day.
Michelle says they are ninja freshmen.
I see. That's funny. So Danny was sick the day they taught Iron Fist at Iron Fist school, apparently.
Right. Iron Fist. Danny's such a crappy Iron Fist. Like, he doesn't know anything about being Iron Fist. Like, he doesn't know that, I can use my Iron Fist to heal people. oh, I can recharge my chi so I can use the Iron Fist again. Like, he knows nothing.
He
Jon
was
Snow.
well, but it's not like he was taught anything about recharging the chi because he seemed to know all the movements. He wasn't like looking at.
Yeah, okay, that was so dumb. Like, he's like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to do this, and then Danny's doing it in perfect
Synchronization.
Synchrony with him, and then he, walks off, and Danny's still doing all the moves. Like, if he already knew how to do this, what are you showing him?
Danny should have known already how to recharge his chi, so I don't understand any of that. Also, in the World War II era film, which is not really World War II, it's 1948, but it's got World War II era on it because it's black and white, and you get the actual film degradation and stuff like that.
Post-World War II.
Right. But anyway, in 1948, you see this Iron Fist, and it's not just one, but it's two Iron Fists, and all Danny could do is one. So I'm like, what?
Right, because Danny's a crappy Iron Fist.
All the way around, apparently.
Well, and I'm thinking, sorry, we moved past it, but I'm going back. Isn't recharging your chi the first thing you would teach a new Iron Fist? Like, the very first thing, so they could do it more than once if they needed to?
No, and here's the reason. Because if they go off the handle, if they fly off the handle as Iron Fist, you want to calm them down so then you can retrain them properly. Because a lot of the times when you're just learning something new, you make big mistakes, which is what Danny is doing right now. So not enabling him to go back out and do those same mistakes right away and like think about what you're doing is probably a good thing. So no, I would not teach the Iron Fist right off the bat how to recharge his or her chi because, well, them thing's dangerous.
I don't know. And chi is not just something that the Iron Fist uses. Like, the idea of chi is important for everybody who is in Kunlun and practicing Kunlun Kung Fu. Like, everyone should know more about chi than Danny does. Because remember, he's been there for, 10 years or whatever. He's had 10 years of Kung Fu training from the Kunlun monk masters. And he doesn't seem to know anything at all about anything.
Apparently he knows something about how to steal apples. And remember, this is National Apple Dumpling Day, so I'm just bringing it back.
Well, good for him.
But we find out that Colleen has been trading with the hand. She knew what the hand was from the beginning and has basically either been omitting or lying. We got a lot of that this episode. She's been deceiving Danny about what she actually was, where she came from, and all that. And now Danny has major trust issues.
Yep, not much more to say about that. We trusted you, Colleen. How dare you break our hearts?
Colleen. Although she does let him escape later on in the big fight at the gate.
Yeah. It becomes very clear that Colleen is not like a full-fledged member of the Hand. She was one of these young trainee kids and was sent out to recruit more trainee kids.
So do we now call her Colleen the Finger?
I guess. But probably, I'm assuming, they realized, like, she's not going to be a good hand ninja. She doesn't have the disposition to go out and, kill people in the hospital and stuff like that. But we can use her to bring in new recruits.
Use the tools that you have at hand.
Yep.
With the hand and the fingers.
Use every finger on the hand.
There you go. So Colleen's been deceiving, and also there have been lying, which we've seen all along, actually, because we get Harold back with Joy. Joy's with Daddy, comes to grips with what's going on. Daddy has a little fit, but decides that the best thing to do now is to get Rand Corporation back by killing Lawrence.
Yeah, she has all the blackmail they need so that nobody has to die, but, it's Harold. He's gone off the deep end. And so, to make it look like a suicide, he shoots him in the forehead.
Yeah, because that's usually what you do with the suicide, is you put the gun up to your... No, it's not. And he only gives his trusted bodyguard, which I don't remember the name of right now, but he only gives him 2 minutes to set up the crime.
2.5 minutes.
Oh, 2.5. Those 30 seconds are really important. How fast do those elevators work and which floor are they on? Just saying. I think they're going to be spotted.
Probably.
Right.
Again, Harold doesn't seem like he's at the top of his game right now.
No, he's not, because he drops what I assume to be a very important bottle of alcohol. Because why do I think it's important? Because he was going to celebrate the death of Gao with it.
Also, it was in a fancy decanter.
Oh, decanters. Well, maybe he was mourning the loss of the decanter more than anything else, but did he just drop it? I'm sorry. I looked away for a second.
No, he kind of threw it to the ground.
I see. He was throwing a tantrum.
Yes, as he is wont to do now.
I see. And Joy calmed him down a little bit. Calmed her down. And I guess she gets the corporation back, so it really doesn't matter.
Yep.
Without Ward, who we didn't see this episode, by the way.
Yeah, he's probably off somewhere, like, snorting blow off of a hooker. Oh, no, he's still in the loony bin.
That's right. He's in the loony bin, and we just didn't see him, and Harold wasn't monitoring him, so who knows what's going to happen. But
I assume Harold has somebody, on task to monitor him.
Harold really doesn't know. I thought Harold would know more than he does, but he doesn't. He's just playing coy with what is given to him since he was brought back to life, because he didn't know that if he called out to Danny that he would be traced, and he didn't know who Bakudu was.
Right, well, because he only knows Gao and Gao's henchmen. Like, that's the extent of his interaction. He's not, a big mover and shaker in the hand. He is a pawn that they are using.
He is so much a pawn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's no Kyle. We still haven't seen what happens with Kyle yet, or Kyle's remains.
The body of Kyle.
Yeah, don't know.
I'm assuming the bodyguard got rid of it.
That would be an assumption. Mm-hmm. Probably a good assumption. Anyway, we have Joy that takes over, and Ward is not there. Danny's not there. Joy is really playing the game, and she asked Daddy to be honest, and Daddy is not honest with her by omission. So definitely deceivement still going on with Harold. But Harold, I guess, is coming back. Now, this is the thing that got to me. So they're in the board meeting, Joy is, and she gets everybody to vote to bring the Meachums back. She didn't specify Joy and Ward. She says Meachum. So is this how Harold comes back? I'm seeing this as a loophole for Harold to come back.
I think so.
Okay.
Because Bakudo contacted him and let him know, like, you're not going to have to live in the shadows anymore. You get to come back to life. All
right. So corporate loophole engaged. Kind of still boring, except for the death of Lawrence. And the 2-minute cover-up. 2 minutes, 30-second cover-up. Okay. Gao, you can't trust her at any point in time. I don't think she's actually a prisoner here. I think she's exactly where she wants to be. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell with Gao. It's hard to tell what her relationship is right now with Bakudu. I don't know. It's all confusing.
It didn't look much like a cell, did it?
And she had communications with whoever was on the other end of she might have not even been there. She could have been somewhere else, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we didn't cover in this episode? Oh, the big ninja fight at the gate and the hallway ninja fight. I have something to say about the hallway ninja fight, by the way. It was typical Iron Fist because it was the lights flashing on and off, so you couldn't tell what was going on. There was quick cuts even when the lights were on. Mm-hmm. So definitely half but put together hallway fight scene again with Iron Fist. Now, the fight at the gate was a little bit better just because there was a lot of people that had to do the fight choreography, but it still wasn't all that great. What did you think, Haley?
I think it's a pretty typical Iron Fist fight scene. Your leads don't have the ability to carry the scene, so you got to keep them in the dark. You can't swap them out for the stunt guy because they're not wearing a mask. So, you just get crappy fight scenes.
Except for Daryl Shanks Danny with, is it a magical? Did I miss that? I
don't know. We don't know yet what that was, and I don't remember.
Okay, fair enough. So we have no idea what happened other than Daryl actually cuts Danny, and Danny can't make the Iron Fist. What's that?
That Bakuto did that.
Oh, Bakuto. I thought Daryl did. See, this is the whole fight thing. And I'm not paying.
But anyways, we don't know that. I don't think that caused his chi problems because he couldn't break down the door before he got stabbed.
Oh.
He couldn't summon the Iron Fist.
I thought he didn't want to. No, he did.
He
He's like, yeah, he's getting mad because he couldn't. Okay. Got it. But Daryl is now one of the Hand's favorite fingers, so we'll see what happens with that. I was not too comfortable when he got carted away. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen with Daryl here. Nothing good at this point in time, which is unfortunate, but I guess it's what you do when you don't have anywhere else to go. Because they're in a disadvantage, or they were part of a disadvantaged neighborhood to begin with, right? And this was supposed to be a scholarship. Yeah.
I mean, that's how they get these kids. You take kids that don't have anybody. It is a cult. You take kids that don't have anybody else, anything else, and you give them a sense of purpose. And then you give them, whatever missions you need. And they're going to have loyalty to you because of everything you've done for them up to this point. And that's how you brainwash them.
Let's see. Well, at the end, Danny needs to be patched up and restored. Basically, his chi needs to be brought back. So it sounds like they're going back to Kunlun. I don't know. I didn't get that definite look at things.
That's what Davos wants, because Davos is his friend from Kunlun. And he came to bring Danny back.
Is Davos the guy that was in the food truck last episode with the throwing stars? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Davos is the friend that kills people.
He didn't kill that guy. Remember, he tied him up.
He looked like he was going to kill him, especially with the tinfoil stars. So
yeah, but he didn't actually put one in him. He was just throwing it around him.
So you're saying Davos is a good guy?
I'm saying we don't know much about Davos.
All right, we'll find out more about Davos. So kind of a transitional episode with not much happening other than we find out that Colleen lied.
It's an info dump episode.
All right. You got any quotes from this info dump episode?
A few.
Okay.
Not the greatest quotes, but I've got a few.
Okay.
So it's a cult.
There you go.
Come on, I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, and all billionaires can do whatever they want, except for fight ninjas without being trained, or summon the Iron Fist chi.
Yep. It's too early to be drinking alone. That's why I'm pouring you one too.
Way to go, Harold. I don't know. Once you're in the charge of a major corporation and you have a success like that, I'd have a celebratory drink. Of course, I'd personally end up in the hospital, but Joy can drink all she wants.
You're an idiot. I said that to Danny.
Is obvious.
Wow, you're the worst Iron Fist ever.
I think we all can agree with that right now. Worst ever. And we don't know of any other Iron Fist other than the black and white film from 1948.
And that guy was clearly better. He had 2 Iron Fists.
Yes. And 1.
No, I did not have Wilkins killed.
No, because I killed Wilkins.
That is technically true.
Technically.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct. And that's it.
All right. So we got through episode 10 of Iron Fist. Next time we'll go through episode 11 of Iron Fist this Thursday. Lead horse back to stable. So we are on the tail end. We have episode 11, 12, 13. 3 more episodes of Iron Fist. We're done. We get to move on to Defenders and Inhumans. So the point there is we get to move on. In the meantime, if you have anything to say about Iron Fist, this episode, the series in general, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us and we will talk about it. You know, Haley, we're part of a network, then there's a lot of talk about a lot of things on the network.
Really?
Yeah, including Legends Podcast, which came back after a short hiatus. They dumped about 11 different episodes. This one in particular, episode 338, called Inner Space, from Gremlins director Joe Dante and Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment, comes the 1987's Inner Space, a sci-fi comedy that dares to ask the question, what does the inside of Martin Short look like when Dennis Quaid is shrunk to microscopic size? But are the laughs to scale? Ha, 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 ha. I have a hunch that Lobster wrote that, but There you go. You can get the latest episode of Legends Podcast 338 Inner Space on GonnaGeek.com. Well, because we don't have Lauren today, this is going to be a shorter episode. And I didn't want to say it at the beginning because I didn't know how long we were going to talk, but this is definitely going to be one of our shortest episodes. So, Haley, how do you want to get out? Do you want to inverse ninja fight this one out?
That's right. We're going to cut through these ninjas.
All
out.
right. Here we go. I want to thank everybody for downloading this podcast. We will have more available for you shortly. I want to thank very much Michelle for joining us in the chat. She said this episode of Iron Fist was a very forgettable episode. So thank you very much, Michelle, for your input. We kind of think so as well. In the meantime, thank you very much. And we will hopefully have Lauren back next time.
Also, thank you to everybody that's listening. Remember, Lauren and I mentioned this before. We recorded a special episode of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. available only at a special source. And this fundraiser is to raise money for Hurricane Harvey relief. Some of that money is going to local Houston area podcasters who were affected by the storm, and the rest is going to the mayor's Hurricane Harvey relief. If you check our show notes for the last couple of episodes, you will find a link to that. You can find it on our Facebook page. You can find it on our Twitter page.
It's geeks.link/podcast pack or geeks.link/Harvey fundraiser.
Yep. And that will take you to it. For $10, you get our exclusive episode as well as 46 other episodes of exclusive podcast episodes from other podcast shows.
What did you talk about, Haley?
We talked about the 1994 Spider-Man episode, Kraven the Hunter.
Ooh, I can't wait to listen to that. I did buy it. I am now eligible to officially listen to it. So I will definitely be checking that out before we podcast next time. And I advocate that you check it out because there's a lot of great podcasts in there. Some on the Gonna Geek Network, most are not, but it would be a great thing for you to do. A lot of people put their time and talent into these special episodes that will not be released anywhere else. So go and get them while you can. Geeks.link/podcast pack. Well, Haley, I think that's it for the episode.
All right.
All right. Until next time, I'm Director, Stargate Pioneer.
And I'm Agent Ailey.
All right, Agent Haley. We will see you on Thursday, hopefully with Agent Lauren.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you want to leave us feedback, go to GonnaGeek.com and you will find all our contact information and other shows. You can also visit legendsofshield.com where you'll find our complete archive of podcasts. The music heard on this podcast is by Kevin MacLeod, found at incompetech.com, and also artists on pond5.com and audiojungle.net. The opinions heard on this podcast are those of the individual hosts and do not represent Stargate Pioneer Productions, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., or Gonna Geek. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the property of the Disney Corporation, Marvel Studios, and ABC. No infringement is intended. Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is copyright 2017.